What Robert's wearing here is a complete racing uniform from G-Force Racing Gear. He's got the helmet that's Snell rated to the 2010 rating system. He's got a 2-layer, 1-piece fire suit. He's got the gloves, he's got the correct shoes, and he's got a next-gen head and neck restraint. And this is probably one of the most important pieces that you can have for your child. Next-gen, Hans, hybrid, regardless of what the manufacturer is, you want to make sure that your child has a head and neck restraint. Now in addition, you want to have a good set of belts. Snap those belts off for a second, Robert. I want to show something. All belts have a date of manufacture on it. It's very important. Now you can see these belts are brand new. They were manufactured November of 13. So we just got these belts, put them in. Okay, it's the SFI spec 16.1. These are what holds your butt in the car. And that is something that you can't skimp on. You can also see that we've got a full containment seat in this truck. Now granted, this is basically a super stock with a truck body on it, but that's no reason to skimp on the seat. This is one of the safest seats out there. Okay, it's made by Kirky, and as you can see, it's a full containment seat. Takes care of his shoulders. It's got the head bar on either side and gives him plenty of protection in the event of any type of accident. So remember, when you're looking at getting your kid into racing, it's those 5 things. Your helmet, your fire suit, head and neck restraint, gloves, shoes, and then get your car, make sure your car has a good seat and good safety belts. So Dalton, obviously when you're mentoring young racers coming up, you want to make sure that they have the correct safety equipment when they get into the car and when they strap in.
Absolutely.
So we were talking about, you know, all the different levels that they can choose from, whether single layer suits all the way up to 3-layer suits. But you've got a particular story that I like.
Yes.
That really kind of drives the point home.
Well, when I ordered the suit before this one, you know, most tracks they only require a single layer suit, you know, and that's all they ever require, and they breathe nicer than what I'm wearing, which is a 3-layer suit. Well, I requested specifically I'd like a 3-layer suit, and I was told, well, a 2-layer suit is all you ever really need. And I said, no, that's okay, I would like a 3-layer suit. And I was very persistent about having a 3-layer suit and then Nomex underneath. And then she eventually came to me and said, have you ever been on fire? And I said, no, I have never been on fire. I have not been on fire. She's like, well, it's odd because only the people that have ever been on fire request a 3-layer suit. And I chuckled and I said, well, what does that tell you? Maybe you want a 3-layer suit, you know? And so it was just a joking matter. But I've always worn a 3-layer suit. You know, it gives you that extra little bit of time to get out of a car that in that situation. You know, I mean, there's a lot of great manufacturers out there, and I'm very fortunate to have a sponsor like EagleJet that supplies me with Simpson suits, which are just a quality suit. There's just a lot of options there, and you need to make the right decisions and not go get, you know, motorcycle gear that is wrongly advertised for the environment that we're in.
It's not always about the cheapest thing, and particularly when you're looking at kids getting into racing, you want to make sure they have the right safety equipment to protect. When you look at 1-layer suits, 2-layer suits, 3-layer suits, well, obviously the one with the most layers is going to give you the most time to get out of the car.
Absolutely.
In the event of an emergency.
Well, you know, one thing I always sell to the parents, it's usually I'm talking to the parents about fire suits, is that you're going to be spending $500 a set of tires. Mm-hmm. If you sit out one race, you can go from a single layer to a 2-layer. If you sit out 2 races, you can go from 2 to a 3-layer, and then you got the best that you can get, and you'll never have to worry about that again. So I mean, I've always put it in perspective around tires, because I mean we are all willing to spend money on them. Right. You got to spend money on safety equipment first before you're out buying tires.
That about sums it up.
Yep.
Go out and get yourself a 3-layer suit.